UVA and Duke. Service will go to Duke to start. It's Emma Worthington to kick us off. Received by Borum. They go right to Hecht. Handled near side and a kill. That's Carrie Keefe, the 6'3" sophomore from Pacific Palisades, California. Keefe 8th in the conference in kills per set with 3.42 mark there. That's long, and it's 1-1. Hecht departs, and Haley Velasquez enters for Virginia. Velasquez, the junior from Wilmington, Delaware. Played in 94 sets last year. Tied at 1 in set 1. Never know what can happen in the ACC. Duke, a team middle of the pack right now. That is tipped, and a point to Virginia, 2-1. Again, UVA, a team that's taken some really, really good teams in the conference to 5 sets in the last couple of years. Knocked off Notre Dame in 5 sets on Sunday. That's received in the back. They go back to Keefe. Tips it toward the 10. That's Gamillion. Lead to Wilson. Shot back, tied at 2. Gracie Johnson, the grad student from Virginia Beach, Virginia, has the kill and now the service. She had a game-leading 12 kills last time out against Virginia. These two teams met back in October when Duke swept UVA. 25-12, 25-21, and 25-18. That was at Cameron Indoor. It's one of 9 sweeps this year for the Blue Devils. Duke leads the all-time series history between the two, 59-13. They've also won the last 11 matches. UVA trying to change that. Keefe with the roll, received by Lee. Go back to Wilson. And she finds the kill, 3-2. Elon Gomillion will have the service. Another look. Chloe Wilson winds up, goes near side. Wilson, 152 kills this year. She was the highlight player with 4 blocks against Notre Dame as Duke ties it at 3. Christina Barrow comes in, defensive specialist from Fayetteville, Georgia. She'll have the service. Went to Eagles Landing Christian Academy. It's a player who's come up big this year for Duke. Didn't play at all last year and has been such a big part to their 8 victories in conference. Keefe winds up, blocked. Maricia Young. Block number 113 this year for Jan. 5th in the conference in that category. Had 8 against Notre Dame. Trueblood sends, received by Duke. No chance. That's Jess Robinson with her first. Ties it at 4. The grad student from Troy, Michigan. And a transfer from Michigan. 8th in the conference this year in hitting percentage. Had a 383 clip. That's long, it's 5-4 Virginia. And Brooklyn Borum is here to send it. Coming off her, one of the best matches of her career. Had a career high in kills with 21 against Notre Dame. Back on Sunday. Set up outside, and it's tipped. It's a kill for Duke. This time it's Rachel Richardson, the junior from Elliott City, Maryland. Was in that core rotation last year. Similar situation this year. Almost has the service ace. Instead, into system for Jan, handled by Duke. Now an attack from Johnson, and she whiffs. Virginia retakes the lead 6-5. Again, UVA's looking for their 4th conference win. That would tie last year's record. That's right into the net from Jan. A victory would also put a stop, for Virginia that is, put a stop to 11 straight Duke wins. And now Madison Bryant will have the service. She's the grad student from Anderson, South Carolina. Dug out by Hecht. Trueblood up front for Tatter. And it is out. A point to Duke. Send 6 Duke with their first lead in some time. It's Madison Bryant back to the service. Went to Tennessee High School out in South Carolina. Bowie with her first attack. It's withstood. That's the true freshman. They go back to Johnson. Does Duke. Handled as well. Bowie again. Johnson again. Chameleon diving stop. Long. 8-6 Duke. Early fight. Blue Devils hold on in set 1, and it's back to Madison Bryant. Another player who has been through the trials and tribulations of a full career in college. A grad student who was hurt for a good amount of the season last year. They go back to Johnson. That's Chameleon dug out. And now it's Hecht who has the kill. 8-7. Bryant's reign comes to an end. More on her, though. Suffered the season-ending injury just 6 matches into the season. Before that, averaged 4 digs per set and had 28 assists. It's a player who this year has been so important to have back. This is Ashley Lee. Now up front, an attack in a kill for Duke. It's 9-7. That was Lizzie Fleming. Had 10 kills last time Duke took on UVA. Back in late September, Hecht on the roll, almost successful. What a play. It is successful. 9-8, CC Hecht with her first. Right to the 10-foot, almost a heck of a play in the middle there by Duke. And it's back to Haley Velasquez for Virginia, a chance to tie it at 9 in set 1. Both teams trending in opposite directions. UVA coming off of a 5-set win over Notre Dame. Duke was swept by number 5 Louisville. And Duke fights right back, 10-8. Get in the system, watch out up front. Again, that's Lizzie Fleming. She's 6'3". Went to St. Ignatius High School, San Francisco. Here's Gracie Johnson. Forms there. Lee to Wilson. 10-9. Chloe Wilson, kill number 154 this year. It's the most she's had in a season at Virginia, averaging 1.88 kills per set. Outside to Borum. Borum again. Into the seats, they want to touch, and they won't get one. 11-9 Duke. And Christina Barrow back in for Duke to serve. Go right in front to Jan. It's held up by Duke. They go back to Richardson, who's rejected by Chloe Wilson. And Virginia's back within 1. Again, Virginia has shown a lot of the success here at Memorial Gym. 6-6 here at home. This is back to the senior transfer from Southern Illinois, Reagan Trueblood. Duke scrambling out of system. Now Johnson, the saviors there to Velasquez, to Borum. Back for Johnson. Keefe with the roll, what a shot. Carrie Keefe, a sophomore and a transfer from Marymount. Had her breakout year her freshman year at Duke. Was all ACC last year. Cross-court attack, incredible diving stop. Another chance, successful for Duke. They're up 3, largest lead for the Blue Devils. And Keefe will have the service. So many weapons on this Duke squad, whether it's Carrie Keefe, Gracie Johnson. Good mix of veteran players and the youth in Keefe. That was Lizzie Fleming up there in front. Now back to Carrie Keefe. Block initially, then shot back down by Jess Robinson, the grad student. Who's got it? Now back to Johnson. And the kill for Gracie Johnson. Gracie Johnson, the grad student from Virginia Beach, taking over early. It's 14-10. Duke on top in set 1. We'll step aside. Kevin DiDomenico with you. Thanks for hanging out on our Friday nights. ACC, Duke and Virginia. Duke's trying to bounce back after their 3-set sweep. A loss against Louisville, number 5 team in the country. Virginia's riding high, coming off a 5-set win over Notre Dame. Keefe sets us off. And a Trueblood. They go to the slide for Jan, and Virginia can't find the kill. It's Johnson. Chameleon there to save it. Borum, timing, what a play for Virginia. All set up by the Maryland transfer, Milan Chameleon. Brooklyn Borum, the timing, that is a tougher play. And she made it look. UVA back within 3. She had the service and a sneak attack. What a play, Chameleon. They want to look at this, but for now that's a point to Duke. It'll be 15-11, and the challenge will come. And so worth taking a look at. A spectacular play by Milan Chameleon there. By the way, both teams will have 2 challenges per match. You're awarded 1 extra if the match goes to a 5th set. And so UVA's exercising their first. They think Milan Chameleon got her hand under the ball there. And the officials taking a look right now. Early going, Brooklyn Borum, CC Heck, Chloe Wilson, all with 2 kills apiece for Virginia. Leading the way for Duke, it's Carrie Keefe, Gracie Johnson. That's who we expected for the Blue Devils to lead the way on the attack. And again, both very, very different players. One, a lefty, Carrie Keefe, a 6'3" sophomore. And then Gracie Johnson's a grad student from Cox High School in Virginia Beach, Virginia. A captain this year, a first-team All-ACC player last year, and is the heart and soul of this Duke team in 2023 that's looking to get back to the NCAA tournament this year. Here's the call. Gonna stand. And it remains 15-11. And the service goes to Duke. It's Rachel Richardson. Duke 10 points away from taking set 1. Richardson. Hecht is there. Go outside to Jan. Rejection up front. That's Jan for her 2nd block. Tatter enters. Jan will have the service. It's the A team out here for UVA, and it's Now a 3-point deficit. Remember, Marisa Jan, she had 8 kills in that last match against Notre Dame on Sunday. Jan sends. Standstill serve. They go to Johnson, who winds up, fires, gets the kill. Gracie Johnson for her 3rd. On her 10th attack, that leads all players so far. She's got 5 digs as well. Early in set 1 on her way to a double-double, 16-12. And the service ace for Duke. It's a team that does that a lot. They're 3rd in the conference in service aces this year. They had 5 the last time against Virginia. Back on the 24th of September, and they find their first there. Tatter trying to get her going. Rather quiet to start. Johnson has not been. Gracie Johnson finds Borum in the back. This time it's Hecht. And a kill for CC Hecht. Up to 3 now on the day, leading the Hoos. And Chloe Wilson checking in. Another look. Tip back out. CC Hecht. 146 kills now this year. More than any of her seasons at Texas A&M. Wilson's blocked initially. They go back to Hecht, who finds the kill. CC Hecht back-to-back points. 17-14. Well, her 147 kills now are not only more than any other season at Texas A&M, but more than her first 3 years combined with the Aggies. Has 108 digs to go along with it. And another point to Virginia, back within 2. Ashley Lee will have the service here, 17-15. She'll keep it going. Virginia inching back. Lee for Tatter. That's a kill for Abby Tatter. Coming off her career day against Notre Dame, finds her first kill on attack number 5. Timeout called Duke as Virginia pulls it within 1 in set 1. Another look at that last kill for Abby Tatter. The righty swing finds back right portion of the court, 17-16. And Duke holding on after a 3-point run for Virginia. How about the Hoos? It's one of the main storylines today. This is a team that's shown a ton of fight after a tough month of October. Had a stretch of 7 straight losses. But a team that's punched back in such a big way. And Shannon Wells continues to try to build a culture at Virginia and turn the tide. Make their way to the top of the ACC, as so many teams have done in the conference. Louisville, Pitt. These are teams who have turned it around and made their way to a national stage. And Virginia's on the right track. They get transfers like CC Hecht come in and make quite the impact and leave their mark in Charlottesville. Hecht so far today, 4 kills on 6 total attacks, hitting at a 500 clip. A mainstay with Virginia. Brooklyn Borum has a pair. Chloe Wilson with 2 as well. And right now, Virginia doing a pretty solid job keeping Gracie Johnson at bay. 3 kills on 13 attacks, hitting at a .077 clip. Does have the 5 digs. It's a very talented team in the back there on their receptions and from the service. We haven't talked about that too much. 3rd in the conference in service aces. They've won so far today. Who's fans pumped to be here? It's a packed house for senior day. Lee back to the service, 3 straight for Virginia. Trying to tie it here. Duke has to free in system for the Hoos. Tatter has back-to-back kills. And we're tied at 17. Abby Tatter, 266 kills this year. The most out of any season in her career. Averaging 3 a set. Borum's there to Lee, in front for Tatter. 3 straight for Abby, and Virginia takes the lead. Game of runs. Johnson recovers. What a play, what a save. And a timing play from the Blue Devils ties it at 18. Another look. Similar to Borum's impressive play on the opposite side. Gracie Johnson with some tricks of her own. Tatter. Johnson for Duke. Lee sets up Hecht, who winds and fires. It's deflected at the front. Attack Chameleon there, diving to her right. But Hecht frees. Duke in system. A chance to take the lead with Keefe. No for now. Tatter. Yes! 19-18. Abby Tatter taking over late in set 1. Takes the lead back for Virginia. Trailed by as many as 4. Tatter had 7 kills against Duke in that last match in September. That's Johnson on the kill. Tied at 19. Gracie Johnson with her 4th. The captain this year on this Duke team. Reigning first-team All-ACC player returns to the service, where she's been deadly. 42 service aces this year. That's 3rd in the conference. Lee for Wilson. No chance. 2019. Chloe Wilson. Kill number 156. Another look. No one within 5 feet. Here's Duke, it's Keefe. Hecht. 21-19. CC Hecht now leading all players with 5 kills. The Texas A&M transfer on her senior night. Virginia coming back in set 1. Mills and her squad on the brink of a set 1 victory, trailed by as many as 4. As we welcome you back to a packed Memorial Gym, Duke in Virginia, early in set 1. Chameleon will have the service for UVA. Send it over to Duke, trailing by 2. And a contact with the net, a point to Duke. Shannon Wells wants a word. For now, it's 21-20. Substitution, Duke sends Christina Barrow in. Was 19 service aces this year. Trying to tie it for Duke. Chameleon for Lee. Now to Wilson. Keefe is there to receive. Johnson from the back. It's tied at 21. Gracie Johnson has been old reliable for Duke so far. Now leads everyone with 6 kills on her 17 attacks. Back tied at 21. And near service ace, Chameleon, what a save. Freed over, Duke in a system. And a kill, and Duke takes the lead on 3 straight points. And after the timeout, they have silenced this crowd. Another look. deflected right off that right hand of Aricia Yan, who has 2 blocks already today and had the 8 against Notre Dame, and a timeout called by Virginia. We'll keep it right here. Duke fights right back, and they rely on the back of their best player, Gracie Johnson. 6 kills so far tonight on 17 attacks. On her way already to a double-double. 5 digs, and shows the resolve in this team for Duke. It's impressive what they've done in conference this year, and a team that fights just like Virginia. They won in 4 sets against Wake Forest, 5 against NC State, 4 against North Carolina, sweat Clemson. It's a team that not only has fought, but taken care of business when they've needed to. Knocked off Notre Dame in 4, beat Virginia earlier this year. It's just their 2nd game in conference play for both teams. Still feeling each other out. Now a whole lot of tape to watch. And again, Duke's trying to get that nasty taste out of their mouth. A 3-set loss to number 5 Louisville on the road, as they play their 2nd to last road match. The last one will be at North Carolina on the 24th, next Thursday. Got Clemson at home. That'll be their senior day. This is Virginia's senior day, honoring 6 different seniors, 3 transfers, as UVA looks for their 4th win in the conference. Duke looks for their 9th. Again, they're trying to make it back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2018. That was the last time they had a record actually above 500. And that's a legend right there. Jolene Nagel in her 25th season, 3 wins shy of number 500 at Duke. That's big for Virginia, tied at 22. Service error. And here's Reagan Trueblood. Dug out in the back by Richardson. This is to Keefe. Cross-court kill. 23-22. How much more fight does Virginia have left in them? Another look. Lefty swing, cross-court, and a kill to the back. She'll have the service now. It's Carrie Keefe. Service ace, Carrie Keefe. And set point coming up for Duke. Second service ace for Duke. They can win the set here. Huge block up front. Aricia Yan with her 3rd. Set point 2 coming up. Brooklyn Borum to send it over. Keefe from the 10. Attack dugout Gamillion. Chance for Virginia to tie it. It's Hex. Diving stop on the back end. Incredible play by Madison Bryant. Hecht another chance. That's Bryant again. Gracie Johnson is tipped back away. Now it's Keefe from the 10. Bryant's there. Another chance for Johnson. And a kill. No! What's the call? A block or a kill? For now, it's a kill and a Duke win in set 1. Well, the crowd erupted, thought it was a block, but it landed on the Virginia side, and that is how we will end set 1. 25-23, Duke hangs on. They withstand a Virginia run late in set number 1. But again, old reliable for Duke. They lean on Gracie Johnson, who had 6 kills. Carrie Keefe had 4, and Duke prevails, but back and forth it went in set 1. That was Richardson and Keefe, such a big part of Duke's success. Not to mention Madison Bryant, the return after the injury last year, the grad student. has been so big for the Blue Devils as they take set one from Memorial Gym on senior night. To Memorial Gym, start of set number 2. Kevin DiDomenico with you. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. UVA's looking for their 4th win in conference, number 11 on the year. Duke's looking for number 18 on the year, number 9 in conference. Trying to stay above water in the ACC. They're 8-7, and they took set number 1. It was on the back of Gracie Johnson, who had 7 kills on 19 attacks, hitting at a 263 clip. Carrie Keefe had 4 kills as well, and it was Emma Worthington who had 15 assists, leading the way in that category for Duke. They withstood a late run for Virginia, a team that was down 4 at one point in set 1, came back, led by 2, 21-19 late, and Duke held on. Set number 2 getting going. UVA right now trying to avoid their first sweep since October 22nd. That was against NC State. Duke was swept in their last match against Louisville, number 5 team in the country. And Virginia starts with Ashley Lee on the service. She'll send. Underway, set 2. Duke gets the scoring going. Up front on the kill, it'll go to Lizzie Fleming for her 4th. Tied for 2nd on the team with Keefe now, playing right there in the middle. And the service for Emma Worthington, long, tied at 1. Talked a little bit about Emma Worthington in set 1. She's a key player for the Hoos, or excuse me, for Duke. Had 33 assists against Virginia back on the 24th of September. That point guard, the setter, grad student from Omaha, Nebraska, transfer from Cornell. Sets up there, goes to Keefe. And tipped and finished by Johnson for her 8th. Gracie Johnson. Another look. Tipped over to Johnson, who was just there. That's just good luck for Duke. 2-1 lead. Johnson on the service, Velasquez on the reception, and Borum on the kill. 2-2. Brooklyn Borum, we talked about it, coming off the 21 career high kills against Notre Dame. She has 3 now. And it'll be Milan Gamilian to serve it in a 2-2 tie in set 2. Dug out Velasquez to the other side. Duke in system, chance Keefe. Finds space over the blockers, and it's 3-2. Jess Robinson comes in, and to the service is Christina Barrow. 20 service aces this year, has 1 here tonight. Now 2. And 21 in the year, it's 4-2 Duke. Mentioned it earlier, didn't play at all last year. And has become so important from right there on the service. Went on Duke's Unity trip this past summer. Wilson on the kill, it's 4-3. She went with Rachel Richardson on the Unity trip to Washington, D.C. back the summer of 23. Another look at the Wilson kill. Right into the blockers to make it 4-3. Hit back by Bowie, and Lauren Bowie ties it at 4. Lauren Bowie finds her first kill of the night, the true freshman on her 3rd attack. Now Reagan Trueblood. Tie set at 4, Trueblood. Transfer from Southern Illinois, sends it, and they go to Keefe, who finds space in the back, 5-4. Carrie Keefe had 160 kills last year. This year, 360. Had 10 against UVA back on the 24th of September. That's Borum right at the stomach of Keith. And that hit the line. No, it was out. And a point to Virginia. It's 5-5. And Duke might want to take a look at this. That's Duke's head coach, Jolene Nagel, putting this to the test. They might be checking if it got tipped by Virginia. And so that's the first challenge here from Duke. They're going to take a look. They may be looking at if it got tipped or if the ball was in on that near side. That's what they're looking at. And I think Jolene Nagel might have a case here. Big call here in set 2. Early going, Duke took set 1 on the back of Gracie Johnson. Carrie Keefe. And I assume they're checking if it was tipped by Virginia. Make out the replay on the left side of that screen. Maybe looking at the tip and also was on the line. Here's a look. So they're probably looking to see if it was on the line there. They just made the call. It's going to stand. It's a point to Virginia. And so both teams have lost one challenge. Brooklyn Borum on the service. UVA still looking for their first service ace. Duke has 3 so far. They do have the lead though. Virginia finds it at 6-5. Duke had 5 service aces that last match back in September. They have 3 today, so those two combined 8-0 in that category. Heck sets up for Trueblood, who gives to Jan, who has the kill at 7-5. How about this? 3 straight now for Virginia. Trying to hold on to an early lead. First slide we've seen, that is a kill for Duke. And Jess Robinson, the grad student from Troy, Michigan, who is as efficient as they come, hitting at a .383 clip, 8th in the conference in hitting percentage. Been a force up front this year. She has the 1 block for Duke. UVA has 4. Hecht handled at the front. Worthington sets up front for Jess Robinson, who has back-to-back kills. Tied at 7. Robinson's a transfer from Michigan. Again, she's from Michigan, from Troy. Sent over, ticked off the net. And a kill up front. That's for Lauren Bowie to make it 8-7. Long off of Jan, and it's 8-8. And the service goes back here to Madison Bryant. Starting libero for Duke, had that season-ending injury last year. She retook that position this year and finds a service ace right there to make it 9-8. Averages 3.64 digs percent. That's 9th in the conference. That time, service ace from Bryant. Game of runs, 3 straight for Duke. Heck trying to put that to an end, and Johnson keeps it rolling. It's 10-8. Gracie Johnson, boy oh boy. Remember, had the game-leading 12 kills last time against Virginia. Already 9 today and 5 digs. Not even halfway through set 2. Bryant on the service. Hecht races up. Impressive play from CC Hecht, who has the point. 6 kills, leading Virginia. And Ashley Lee back to the service. Down 1 for the Hoos. Remember, Virginia trailed by as many as 4 around this point in set 1. They came all the way back to take a 2-point lead late, 21-19. It was later relinquished when Duke fought all the way back to win set 1, 25-23. They have a 2-point lead here. That's Gracie Johnson, cross court on the kill. Here's Emma Worthington on the service, goes near side for Hecht. Set up for Tatter. 11-10. Kate Johnson now has the service. First time she's checked in for Virginia tonight. A good service and a kill on the other side. That's Lizzie Fleming, who knocks her 5th to the other side. It's 12-10. Way long, off the hand of Gracie Johnson. Virginia's back within 1, it's 12-11. And it's back to Milan Gomilian. Kill for Rachel Richardson to make it 13-11. Or, check that, 12-12, it was out. And a point to Virginia. Initial point was to Duke. That's huge. Now Wilson taps it to the other side, but made contact with the net, and a point to Duke. It's 13-12. Chloe Wilson initially looked like she had the kill. And a substitution here for Virginia and Duke. Blue Devils bring in Christina Barrow for the service. Has a service ace today. Jan rejected initially. Another chance this time. They go to Wilson, who's blocked up front. Rachel Richardson and Jess Robinson. Oh, that was all Richardson. How about that? All 5'9" of the junior from Elliott City, Maryland. Borum winds up. Handled and back by Gracie Johnson. And a kill. Duke is rolling right now, and it's a lot thanks to number 3 in white, Rachel Richardson. The St. John's College High School product. Forces a timeout for Virginia. Media timeout, 15-12. Will step aside in set. Jim Duke having their way with Virginia those last 3 points. Their hitting percentage on the night is up to .311. See if Virginia has an answer. Barrow for Lee outside to Borum, and just a miscommunication. It's 16-12. Blue Devils 4 straight, firing on all cylinders. Service back to Barrow. Blue Devils took set 1. Gomilian receives. Go on the slide to Jan. Duke's looking for 5 in a row. A hard roll from Borum. Now to Keith, trying to find the back. She does. 17-12. And she has 7 kills now on 17 attacks. She's hitting 294. Gracie Johnson's hitting 364. Duke as a team hitting 323. And a timeout called by Virginia following the 5 straight points for Duke. Oh, Virginia looking for an answer. They'll need one quick if they want to find any chance in set 2. But you remember in set 1 they trailed initially by as many as 4, overcame the deficit, took a 2-point lead, made it 21-19 at one point, but Duke down the hatches and finished in set number 1 relying on Gracie Johnson, who's up to 10 kills now, has 6 digs. She's right on the brink of a double-double already. Madison Bryant leading the way with 7 digs as that point guard for Duke. Coming off the injury from last year. And UVA is just back on their heels in set 2, just trying to find a way to generate some sort of offense. Again, Duke offensively has had their way on the other side. Gracie Johnson, Carrie Keefe, Jess Robinson up front, in the back. Duke has attacked all over for Virginia. And some troubled faces on the senior night for Virginia. See if they have an answer here in set number 2. Again, the service aces. How about Duke doing it again? 4 of them so far tonight. Had 5 that last match on the 24th of September against Virginia. UVA is still looking for their first. 17-12, set 2 from Memorial Gym, Duke and Virginia. Christina Barrow on the service again. And a service ace. So the 5-0 run comes to an end, and that's how Virginia finds their answer. Off of the timeout, they ice the service. And Reagan Trueblood will send it over here for Virginia. He has 15 service aces this year. One here would be huge. And a point to Virginia. So back-to-back points for UVA to make it 17-14 now. And it's a 3-point deficit in set 2. So following the timeout, Virginia gets some life. And they go back to the senior transfer, Reagan Trueblood. Second on the team in assists with 265 this year. Trails just Ashley Lee. Keefe gives to Gamillion, who has an incredible stop. And that was maybe tipped, and a point to Virginia to pull within 2, 17-15. They called that in. Touched the line. Near service ace here. And Duke frees it over. Johnson receives. Jan on the attack, handled by Duke. Sneak attack from the near side, and Richardson. Now Jan just past the 10. Worthington steps up and gives to Keefe. Dug out by Trueblood on another reception. Go back to Borum, who finds the kill. 17-16. 4 straight for Virginia, and here comes that run again. Freed, chance, Duke, Keefe. Jan. To Johnson, into the net. Virginia ties it at 17. 5 straight points. Here's the answer Memorial Gym was looking for. Nothing was going right. Now everything going right for Virginia. True blood dug by Johnson. Points, Duke. Rachel Richardson back on track. Duke takes the lead. Richardson finds her fourth. How about that? Back-to-back 5-point runs. Before that point to make it 17-17. Keefe just over. Slide, Jan. Tied at 18. What a response from Virginia. Borum has a service ace. It's the first for Virginia against Duke, not only in this match, but this year. And it comes from the mainstay, Brooklyn Borum, to make it 19-18. Borum goes long, and we're tied again at 19. So, boy, both these teams just trading blows in set two. And a few of these points, thanks to mistakes late in the set. Rachel Richardson, who's been so important to the success of Duke here in set two, sends it. Virginia wanted to call, didn't get it. Duke in possession, and they got the kill to make it 2019. They go back to Jess Robinson, the grad student and the transfer from Michigan. At Michigan, graduated as the school record holder in career hitting percentage, hitting .341. Set the single season record for hitting percentage in Big Ten play during the 2022 season at .388. Has been a heck of a player her whole career and a huge addition for Duke. It looks like Virginia wants to. Well, they pulled out the challenge card, but put it right back. Don't want to lose the last one. And so Virginia won't put that to the test. It's 2019. Duke trying to hold on in set two. Had a 5-point lead, 17-12. And Virginia went on that 5-point run to tie it. Trading blows ever since. They're going to call it too. Yeah, they call it on Worthington. And Duke unhappy, but Virginia ties it at 20. And Varicia Jan will have this service now for the Who's, and more conversations with the officials. This time it's Jolene Nagel having a word. Substitutions here for Duke, getting a line in a 20-20. Tie set in set two. Varicia Jan on the service. Honored pregame tonight on her senior night and finds a service ace, the second for Virginia. 21-20, and a huge one for number 16 in orange. Went near side and no reception. In the back there from Nikki Underwood, a junior from Manhattan Beach, California. And what a huge service ace for Virginia. We talked about after that last time out, when UVA was down 5-17-12, about that exact thing, the service aces for UVA. Hadn't had any against Duke all season. Throughout the first match, Duke had 5, Virginia didn't have any. Throughout the greater part of this one, Duke had 4, Virginia didn't have any. And during this run for the Who's, they've had 2. Most recent one from Varicia Jan. And none bigger. Packed house here at Memorial Gym. It's interesting the difference a crowd makes in the result, right? Virginia was swept in 3 sets the last time they played Duke. It was on the road. Of course, it was a different team. It was the 24th of September. Today's the 17th of November. Granted, though, Duke took them down 25-12 in set 1, 25-21 in set 2, and 25-18 in set 3. It was one of 9 sweeps on the year for Duke. But set 1, Virginia had quite the opportunity. They led late like this and couldn't hold on. Lost by 2 in set 1 and now have a lead late again in set 2. Can they hold on this time? They actually led 21-20. Back in set 1, they'll have the service and the lead. It's Varisia Jan. Off of the Duke timeout. Both teams with 1. Back underway. Go to Johnson, into the net, 22-20. And the Who's closing in on it in set 2. Keefe trying to save the day. Not now, they go to Hecht. Handled by Duke. Nice dig in the back by Bryant. Now it's Johnson who can't get it in. Another point to Virginia. And another timeout, Duke. Virginia now up 3 against the Blue Devils. 23-20. And right on the edge of tying this thing at a set apiece. Duke's had a couple of out-of-system plays. They've been trying to continue to try to feed Gracie Johnson, the grad student, but hasn't come through in those last 2 points, and Virginia's capitalized. Brooklyn Borum stepped up in such a big way on every end for Virginia late in set 2. Has the 6 kills now. It's tied for a team high on 18 attacks. 5 digs in the back line and 2 blocks to go along with it. How about Varisia Jan as well? Had 8 against Notre Dame, 4 so far against Duke. And again, Virginia is right there. And they close it out. They had the 2-point lead in set 1, 21-19. This one far more commanding. 23-20 here in set 2. Duke burns their final timeout. 4-0 scoring run for Virginia. And cap it off here. Jan. Worthington for Johnson. Brings Duke within 2. 23-21. Set 2 has been wild. Both teams have had massive runs of their own. Virginia's had a 5-0 run and a 4-0 run. The 4-0 run was just ended. They're looking to get to set point here. And Duke, Virginia somehow frees that over. Back to Johnson, another chance, it's long. Now they're gonna say a tip, they're gonna say it was tipped. And Duke gets the point. Boy, what an incredible job regardless to free it over by Virginia. The Boo Birds are here, timeout called by UVA. So back-to-back points for Duke. And a chess match between the 2 head coaches. So Shannon Wells burns her final timeout in set 2. And UVA will talk this one over, trying to hold on to the momentum after the Bluebirds came out following back-to-back points for the Blue Devils. Again, UVA hasn't beaten Duke in a long, long time. Duke has won 11 straight matches against the Hoos. Swept them the last time they met in 2023. And this would be a marquee win for Virginia, not only on the season, but on their senior night. And a credit to so much that those senior transfers have brought into this program, like a CC Hecht, who's performing so well, Reagan Trueblood, Milan Gamillion, among others. So close to a set to win, which arguably the tide turner here. Virginia called a timeout following back-to-back points for Duke. And the squad in orange trying to hold on, had a 3-point lead, 23-20. Jolene Nagel's squad has been there, though. Duke looking for a response, down one, can tie it here at 23. They turn to Madison Bryant, their seasoned vet, the grad student from Anderson, South Carolina, to send it over. Gamillion now for Hecht. 24-22, set point coming up. Ashley Lee goes long, and it's 24-23. Set point 2 ensues, and this is a huge one. Virginia trying to stay out of the deuce. And it'll be up to Worthington. This is Emma Worthington, the transfer from Cornell, grad student from Omaha, Nebraska. Borum's there in the back. Virginia can win it with a point. Duke trying to stay alive. They turn to Keefe, who gets the cross-court kill. It's in. And they tie it at 24. After back-to-back set points, Duke holds on, and we're in a deuce at 24. Back to Worthington, who sends it over. In the back for Borum. Go outside to Hecht. Rejected initially. Gamillion frees it over. UVA hangs on there. Worthington sets up front, and now Duke within one. 3 straight for the Blue Devils. No timeouts for Virginia. These are clutch plays by Duke. They turn to Lizzie Fleming there. And now set point 1 for Duke. Tata rejected. They go to Wilson this time. Handled them back by Bryant. Now Keefe trying to end it. Borum with a diving stop. They've got a free. It's to Gamillion, who does. Worthington goes outside for Johnson, and into the net. Point for Virginia. Back tied at 25. Kate Johnson will have the service. Worthington sets up. And Duke wanted a point. They didn't get it. Dug out in the back by Virginia. And now Tatter gets the block. 26-25. Another set point for Virginia. Ensues. Need a big play. You go to number 3 in orange. Tatter and Wilson. The blocking duo, and Duke back on their heels. No timeouts for either squad. Virginia can win it. Worthington. Borum. Ready in the back for Keefe. Back tied at 26. Carrie Keefe has had some big swings late. And they'll go back to Gracie Johnson on the service. Number 7 in white. Righty swing, sends it over. To the back, it's Johnson. Wilson, powerful swing, withstood. Borum trying to take the lead for Virginia. Blocked again. Demillion handles, another meeting at the net. Now Richardson tips out. Point, Duke. 27-26. Set point again for Duke. Trying to take a 2-0 lead. And a deuce that's gone back and forth. Lee for Tatter, finds space. The marathon set continues, 27-all. Tatter and Keefe have been so big. 28-27, service error Virginia, and Duke takes the lead back. Those kind of errors, put a magnifying glass on those late in the set when it's as close as this. And Duke turns to Christina Barrow, who's been the best back there. Borum on the roll, it's rejected initially, and now they go to Wilson, who is blocked, and Duke takes set 2. Comes all the way back, faced 4 set points, and the Blue Devils prevail in the marathon set, 29-27. How about that for the Blue Devils? Boy, both these teams, so much fight. The service aces came up big. Duke leaned on their stars. Keefe, so big in set 2, and Duke can close it out. A couple of occasions have prevailed by such a slim margin. Virginia has shown that fight time and time again. Those seniors, such a big part of such fight. And Duke will try to close it out here in set number 3. They relied on Gracie Johnson, Carrie Keefe, leading the way in kills 12 and 9, respectively. Service comes from Emma Worthington. Underway, and Virginia turns to Tatter, who's handled on the back line. This time, Johnson for Duke. Now Chloe Wilson goes long. 1-0 Blue Devils start. Chloe Wilson has been such an important player to this Virginia team. 4 kills so far today. Reliable though, you need a big swing, you can go to her. That's long, and it is 2-0 Duke. Service back to Worthington. Emma's a grad student. She's from Omaha, Nebraska. She went to Cornell initially, transferred to Duke. And Borum. Now it's Keefe. Can't find the kill. Freed over. Chance for Duke to get into the system. This time they go right up front to Lizzie Fleming, who's handled. And now back to Wilson, long. And it's 3-0 Duke, early lead. Does Shannon Wells call a timeout? She's just going to get up to have a word. Timeouts were used late in that set 2. Both teams ran out of them. Couldn't call them late when it was in the deuce stages. And now Abby Tatter gets Virginia on the board in set number 3. Brooklyn Borum to send. Worthington for Fleming, 4-1. Lizzie Fleming, who's been up and down this year, but has stepped up in games against Virginia. Had 10 against UVA on the 24th of September. Was second out of everyone in the match. And so far today, Fleming has 7. There's a block and another point for Duke. 4th block of the night for the Blue Devils. Johnson jump serve. Hecht receives. Gamillion back to Hecht. Duke has played so sound offensively and defensively, and a hot start to set 3, and Shannon Wells has seen enough. The road team has come in hot to set number 3, and we'll step aside. It's all Duke in set 3. Fleming show to start set number 3. Duke leading it 6-1. It's a player who is second in the whole match the last time these two squads met in late September in kills. She had 10, now has 7, has a couple of blocks to go along with it, and dominating. You know, it's a combined effort up front for Duke. It's usually Jess Robinson, the transfer from Michigan, who's been such a key part. But tonight it's Lizzie Fleming, number 16 in white, the San Francisco, California product, who went to St. Ignatius High School. And Duke trying to keep it rolling following the Virginia timeout. Johnson to send it. It's Lee to set up for Tatter, and the blockers go up. Not a problem though for Richardson. Rachel Richardson continues to be one of the core players for Duke this year. The junior only getting better year after year. 7-2, service error. And they go back to Milan Gamillion. Dug out, impressive stuff from Lee. Now to Keefe, who is rejected at 7-3. You go to CC Hecht, who finds the kill. Hecht has 8, she leads Virginia in that category. Go back to Keefe. Gamillion looking for Lee, finds her. Hecht can free it. Now for Johnson, who came in firing. That was tipped and out, and it's 8-3. Well, for Duke, or check that, it was not tipped, a point to Virginia, and it's 7-4. For Duke, again, on the brink here in set 3 of taking their 9th match in the ACC. They'd improved to 9-7 and inch closer to clinching a record above 500 for the first time since 2018. It's something that Jolene Nagel, the head coach of Duke, has been trying to reach for the last 4 years and some change. Also trying to reach win number 500 at Duke. She's 497 and 264. Had a lot of success, 14 NCAA tournament appearances. 5 ACC championships for Duke in her tenure. Been here for a long time. There's Richardson again, the junior from Elliott City, Maryland, to make it 9-4. Got to think too, in those 25 seasons, she has 5 ACC championships too. She's seen everything in the ACC, and she's seen this conference take over the national stage. ACC had 2 members in the Final Four last year. Louisville and Pittsburgh. Another look at that block. Carey Keefe again. It's 10-4. It's all Duke in set 3. Back to Chloe Wilson, who finds the point. But Duke in that category in the ACC right now of good, not great. There's a separation there, and there has been for the last couple of years. Duke has taken such a big step after struggling seasons in 21 and 22 to be on the brink of greats. But still this year, the bugaboo, they're 1-5 against ranked opponents. And again, trying to take that step to reaching an NCAA tournament for the first time in 5 years. Duke continues their reign in set 3. That time it's Jess Robinson and a timeout called by Virginia, their second of the set and their final. Got to stop the bleeding now. 12-5, 7-point deficit in Duke. Very close, 13 points away from a match victory. And to improve to 9-7 in the ACC. You know, this was never a sure thing. Duke at times has struggled on the road. Remember, they've had a ton of success at home at Cameron Indoor. 11-2, that's a really tough place to play for anyone in the ACC. But away from Cameron Indoor, they're a team that's struggled at times. 5-6. And they have no doubt about it faced their tests in sets 1 and 2. Took set 1 in a comeback effort, 25-23, and then went into a heavyweight battle, a match-defining battle in set 2. Went into a deuce and won that, 29-27. Faced all sorts of hardship against a Virginia team that's shown that fight time and time again. See if they have one more punch in them in set 3. They've overcome deficits left and right in this match. Twice had massive runs in set 2. Had a 5-0 run after they were down 17-12, tied it at 17, had a 4-0 run late to take a big lead, 23-20, just couldn't hold on in set 2, and now way behind in set number 3. They'll turn to Carey Keefe on the service with Duke. Has 1 service ace today. Duke as a team has 4. Sends it to Borum, and tip to the other side by Richardson. 7th kill for Rachel Richardson. (13-5). CC Hecht on the blast, and she's turned away. That time by Jess Robinson. Block number 4 for Jess Robinson up front. Keefe has a service ace, and things keep on rolling for Duke. It's 15-5. The 5th service ace for Duke so far tonight. It's all Blue Devils. Robinson rejected for now. They turn to Richardson this time, who has, not just yet, back to Bowie, and the true freshman who hasn't had a kill since set 1. Maybe hasn't had an attack since set 1. Back to Richardson, who powers it to the other side. Rachel Richardson for her 8th. It's 16-5. What really tells the story is the difference in kills. You know, you look back to that match they had in September, it was a similar story, right? Duke has tonight 44 kills to the 29 for Virginia. That's long, it's 17-5. And it was a similar story that last time, right? They doubled UVA in kills 46-23. Not because of the opportunities too. 106 attacks to the 99 for Virginia. Another service ace. Duke keeps it rolling. 18-5. What a run. 7-0 scoring run for Duke. Well, you can tell a little bit of a letdown set here for Virginia. Fans still into it. Outside to Bowie, and they snap an 8-0 scoring run to make it 18-6. So Virginia, remember, took Duke to a deuce back in set 2. Duke prevailed 29-27. And boy, these first 2 sets have been so close, and then set 3 let it get away from him a bit. Bowie stops the run. And there's a kill. Georgia Stavronidis gets her first as she checks in. And Richardson will have the service, 19-6. Duke putting the finishing touches here on Virginia. Borum and Richardson can't find the service ace. Go back outside to Johnson, rejection. It's the freshman Lauren Bowie. Another look. Couple of substitutions. Duke is going to bring in Sydney Yap. A senior from Plano, Texas, went to Plano West Senior High School. Comes in for Keith. A couple other substitutions. Underwood will not come in. Services back to Virginia. And a stoppage here. The officials looking at something here. Meredith Reed, by the way, will have the service. The freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Push to the back, and I'm going to say it was out, but they might challenge this. Yeah, they're going to challenge this. It was point to Virginia to make it 19-8, but yeah, they're going to put this to the test. Try to make it 20-7 and put the finishing touches here on Virginia. Again, sets 1 and 2 close. Duke victorious in set 1, 25-23. Virginia had a lead late, led 21-19. Here's another look that looked in from our angle. Virginia back in set 1, couldn't hold on to that 2-point lead. Yeah, they're all pretty confident. Virginia had an even bigger lead in set 2, even later. It was 23-20, and Duke just fought back. Virginia showed that fight in sets 1 and 2. Here's another look here. Go down the line. Blocked by Johnson there, but our angle, I'd say it's in. Here's the call. It is in. It's a point to Duke, and it'll be 20-7. Service to Bryant. Now for Bowie, powerful blast, withstood. Worthington outside to Johnson, finds the kill, it's 21-7. Virginia looks ahead. Remember, they have 3 conference wins. They'll have 2 more matches after tonight. Take on NC State at home. That'll be on Wednesday. And then hit the road to Virginia Tech. Try to grab that 4th conference win and equal how many they had last year. 22-7. They'll have 2 chances to do it. If they do go 2-0 in those final 2 matches, they can take 5 conference wins. Boy, this would have been a huge one for Virginia. Again, right now, doesn't look like they had a chance, but boy, sets 1 and 2 very close. Virginia looked like the better team a lot of that time, and Duke showed that fight in set number 2 and fought all the way back, down 3 late, and has not turned back. Domination in set number 3. 2 points away from a match win. Chloe Wilson comes in for Virginia. Ashley Lee on the service for Duke. Looking ahead, they've got Clemson at home and then hit the road for North Carolina on Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, on the 24th. That'll be in Chapel Hill. Again, Duke with a win here tonight will improve to 9-7. They win 1 of the next 2. They've got a above 500 record for the first time since 2018. Tatter tips it back to the other side, and Virginia in double digits. It's 23-10. Back to Lee. DeMillion freeze. And Worthington finds the kill. 24-10. Well, Worthington with her first tonight. A rare one for Emma. Keyfree enters, and match point ahead. Tatter, 24-11. What a job that this senior class has done, though. I mean, it's shown in sets 1 and 2 how much better they've made this team from last year. Here's Haley Velasquez of the service. Those transfers who come on so big. CeCe Hecht, who just checked in from Texas A&M, had her best year in any of her collegiate seasons. This year, her final year of eligibility at Virginia. And Reagan Trueblood, who will go down in the history books at Southern Illinois, has made her mark on Virginia this year. Another match point for Duke. Johnson. And rejected. 24-13, 3 straight for Virginia. How about 4 straight for the Hoos? Bring it within 10, not done yet in the match. Velasquez again. Johnson receives, now to Keefe. Cross court, dug out by Lee. Gamillion for Wilson. Duke can win the match here. And it's Kerry Keefe who finishes it for Duke, 25-14 in set 3. So Duke takes this one in 3 sets, but a ton of fight. The final score shows it in sets 1 and 2, 25-23 in set 1. Duke prevailed 29-27 in set 2. Duke showed that fight again, then showed the domination in set number 3, 25-14, and the Blue Devils march on to a 9-7 record in conference. UVA falls to 3-13. Tip the cap to all the seniors who celebrated tonight. And thanks for tuning in. For all of us here at Virginia, we say so long from Memorial Gym. Duke wins.